It is live. It says live.
And what is up, everyone? Going live. And yes, what is going on, everyone? It is February 12th, 2024. And I got three numbers in my mind 200. That's 200. This is our 200th episode. When we've been doing this since April of 2020, every single Monday night. This was our stay at home open mic, something that I intentionally named because if you remember those days of 2020, dark times, right? Shutdowns, a lot of fear, a lot of concern. And one of the messages that we wanted to like normalize was this idea of staying at home. So for me, it was a no-brainer. I'm like, let's call this the stay at home open mic. And in that time, we've been able to meet all sorts of wonderful people, artists, writers, creators, people just needing a space, to hang out. People and not realizing that sometimes we met a lot of people that we wouldn't have met like in person at our open mics. We're able to connect globally. So I'm saying all this nostalgically. I guess that is one thing you would do at a moment like this, right, on our 200th episode. But really, to me, nothing changes. We look forward to the future, and something I've always said, we're going to continue to have this going on as long as people need the space. So we have people who are signed up. We have a great list. I do want to give a shout out to Chris. Oh my God. I was reading the live chat and I read Christopher Wren. That's my co-host. I'm going to introduce him in just a moment. But I do want to give a shout out to Sergio Vidal, who was here hanging out in the chat. Good to see you. I saw you on Facebook hyping up the open mics. Good to see you. If you guys are tuning in, we do have a link to sign up in the description. The list isn't terribly full, which is fine. But if you do feel like you want to share something, if you want to share some words, some poetry, maybe some prose, maybe you play an instrument or sing or rap, sign up. There's plenty of room to sign up. Today I'm going to fall into the back, behind the scenes, helping with a little bit of the tech stuff, making sure the live stream runs smoothly. And of course, we are based out of El Paso, Texas. My name is Richie David Marrufo, project director. And as of this, we're based out of El Paso, Texas. And but as of this weekend, we did expand into Las Cruces, New Mexico officially. I think that's a really fun thing. So, our my full attention wasn't invested in this. I should have hyped this up more. I apologize, but we were also kind of expanding to a new city, one of our sister cities. But lots of great stuff going on. If you guys have been here before, you guys know what's up. This is like any other open mic. If this is your first time tuning in, an open mic is like a talent show. People sign up and share anything that they would like to share, from poetry to prose to music. It could be original stuff. It could be stuff that you've just barely written, new stuff. Like that's a really good function of the open mic, to test out new material. It could also be you want to dust stuff off, right? Maybe you found stuff in old notebooks. Maybe there's a song that you haven't played in a while, right? And of course, we also welcome the cover poems, if as well as cover songs, right? Because if musicians can do it, so can poets, as Kit always says. All right. Other than that, we definitely do encourage you guys to participate and hang out with us in the live chat. Unlike in-person show where we'll be on a stage on a mic and we can see our audience and our wonderful people listening in, here on the internet, we can't really do that. You're right. And for the most part, our audience is intangible, right? And something that helps out is if you're in the chat, hanging out with us, typing around, and we always do have a lot of regulars we want to show a lot of love to. So anyway, 200th episode, super excited about it, and I'm gonna go ahead and introduce you to our host today, someone who's been here since day one and has really stepped up in their role, not only as co-host online, but a lot of with our a lot as well with our in-person events, who started hosting this past year and did such a great job co-hosting at our kickoff event in Las Cruces this Saturday with the Lizard King. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pass off the torch to Mr. Monday Night, Kit Wren. What's up, Kit? Happy 200th.
Happy 200, Richie. You're the man who made all of this possible, and we're really grateful for you. And yes, it was way back in April of 2020 when all of this was really quite frightening. Uh, and Richie sent out the word on Instagram, sign up for this new experiment. We're going to try and do a YouTube open mic. And that first unaired version, never been seen, but Richie was hosting, as always. I was there. Dan was there. A lot of folks from around were here. And so it was enough of a proof of concept that we kept it going. And then the next time we streamed it live. We're going into people's bedrooms. And I got a note from an old college friend saying, I really liked your poems. This is really cool. And then she joined us from Pittsburgh. My friend Leslie rediscovered her passion for music, joined the grad student program at UTEP, and is into Las Cruces Symphony now. And so just stories like that, people using all this free time they suddenly had for self-betterment, for betterment of the whole world. And, you know, art, the word they kept throwing around was essential service. What's more essential than art? This is one of the first spaces that people made for themselves. This is one of the first things that people sought out. And we met people from all over the world. We've had people from every continent come in and show their stuff. We've gone to other cities in the comfort of our bedroom. There were mics in Spokane, mics at the New Yorican in New York City, mics at Collapse Press in San Francisco, Java in Atlanta. So many pockets all over the country, all over the world. And these connections like Spiderweb, these friendships cemented. It's been a wonderful thing to be a part of these past 4 years. And we're going to keep it going until Gabriel's trumpet. Because this is something, like I said, that people need, that people are going to try and do, no matter what's going on in the wide world. Because we've just seen that happen. We've just seen the craziest crisis any of us have ever seen, and we made community out of it. That drive, it's a human necessity, and it's always going to be with us. And we just need to keep that fire alive for other people for at least 200 more episodes. And even things like Richie mentioned, like the cover poem. I saw someone told me about a mic doing cover poems that I'd never even been to. And so this little idea I did just to sort of make me less nervous at some point is now like an actual tradition that people who have never even met me do. That's wonderful. And I'm going to start with a cover poem. I would start us off with a Digging by Seamus Heaney. Between my finger and my thumb, the squat pen rests, snug as a gun. Under my window, a clean rasping sound when the spade sinks into gravelly ground. My father, digging. I look down till his straining rump among the flower beds bends low, comes up 20 years away, stooping in rhythm through potato drills where he was digging. The coarse boot nestled on the lug, the shaft against the inside knee was levered firmly. He rooted out tall tops, buried the bright edge deep to scatter new potatoes that we picked, loving their cool hardness in our hands. By God, the old man could handle a spade, just like his old man. My grandfather cut more turf in a day than any other man on Toner's bog. Once I carried a milk in a bottle corked sloppily with paper. He straightened up to drink it, then fell to right away, nicking and slicing neatly, heaving sods over his shoulder, going down and down for the good turf, digging. The cold smell of potato mold, the squelch and slap of soggy peat, the curt cuts of an edge through living roots awaken in my head. But I've no spade to follow men like them. Between my finger and my thumb, the squat pen rests. I'll dig with it. Okay, like I said, we have a great night of poetry and music for you. People from all over the country, and an example of that is our first reader, who I met, I believe the first time I ever saw him perform was at the Broken Mic in Spokane. Shout out to all of them. And he soon followed us back, and now he's in the walls. Now he's everywhere. We are very fond of him, and he is, as we like to say, he's a lighthouse, and he always speaks up for lighthousewriters.org, an organization in Denver I'll let him tell you more about that. Please welcome Michael Sindler.
Hey, thanks, Kit. Yes. Here we are, the mighty 200. And I do want to really thank Richie, especially, but also you, and also Dan, who has been here through thick and thin to close this out, which I think is a wonderful thing. So yeah, really, really appreciate, and Robin, who's been at almost every single one. And as Kit said, I do want to put a word out for lighthousewriters.org, which technically, yes, is here in Denver, but they have a lot of things that are available on Zoom and other ways, online, asynchronous, blah, 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 that are there for every kind of writer, whatever you're working on, at whatever level you're working at, and whatever is you're trying to figure out. As I say, I really am so pleased to be here for this one that I thought, I'll go back and I'll just read the first things that I ever did here on my first time here. And this is the first one. And, remembering that when this started, it started because there's still a pandemic, but we were in the midst of the lockdown. And this is called Within Walls. Microscopic menace meandering on the wind, hanging in droplets of life's sweet breath, invisible sentinels posted by the door, ready to pounce and possess. Even the most benevolent visitors, mail, meal, or grocery deliverers, are now suspect. All attempts to touch or forsaken seen as tantamount to suicidal. We wait out elevators until solo passage is possible. And yet, once safely ensconced, one cannot escape the lingering passenger despair, knowing many will not escape. Scathed survivors, scattered ash. One cannot escape the flame of fury, the jowl-burning bile of disgust, anger towards those who propagate and propel death through willing ignorance born in bigotry-led disobedience. None are immune and few are innocent, but care and compassion and the desire to hold on, to help, and to hold together are what we have left. Hold these jewels dear. We are within walls, but love for all must radiate globally. We are in instead of out, but are all in it together. Be well. Hold on. There is more than menace dancing on the wind. There is also hope. And hope can find a home wherever it is blown and wherever it lands. Let hope land on your tongue and dissolve, rushing toward your heart. Let yourself breathe hope into your lungs. Let it cover you head to toe. Let it be your food, your garb, your elixir. Let hope be your strength. Listen to it when it tells you to stay safe, when it tells you to keep others safe. Then spread hope, the opposite of disease, in whatever way you can. Use your gifts, your art, your will, and enthusiasm. Spread hope, give hope, be hope. Abide in the shelter of hope with all humanity until the doors reopen. And luckily the doors have reopened, but we still need to be careful, and we need to not only take care of ourselves, but remain vigilant to take care of others. And we should always be diligent about trying to protect others. I'm going to do the other piece that was on my first night, and I picked this one because I thought, oh, it's El Paso, I should do something Western. And even though this is sort of about California. It's called John Wayne's grave. I don't feel we did wrong in taking this great country away from them, if that's what you're asking. Our so-called stealing of this country from them was just a matter of survival. There were great numbers of people who needed a new land, and the Indians were selfishly trying to keep it for themselves. John Wayne, Playboy magazine interview, May 1971. The grave in which John Wayne resides was stolen from a native tribe. Luezano, Kahila, Cupino, Juanenos, and Gabrielianos were there before the whites arrived and stole their land, their faith, their lives. Chanting praises to Saint Domingo, the Spanish said, "Convert or go." The American Treaty of 1848 should, in theory, have improved the state of lives for the indigenous, but promises were less solid than dust. The pledge to protect Indian land rights was broken almost overnight. By 1852, all pretense abandoned, natives were pushed into deserts and canyons. These became the reservations filled beyond overpopulation, where smallpox and other diseases ran amok and fatalities increased. In 1907, Marion Mitchell Morrison, later to be known as John Wayne, was born in the Iowa town of Winterset, to the Indians' lasting regret. For when, as an adult, the films he made, the worst stereotypes were portrayed: drunk, bloodthirsty, lying in wait for pioneers, subject of audiences' hate. This was how the first people were seen, denying the whites their American dream. He was the standard by whom men were measured. He should have instead been tarred and feathered. Okay, and now Kit kind of alluded to it a little bit, and we do have this habit, and I always do this, and people are like, why? And it's because Kit started off doing covers, and Kit always wears a hat, so I put on a hat to do my cover, and the rest is whatever the hell the rest is. So this is The Dream Before by Laurie Anderson, which was the first cover I did here. Hansel and Gretel are alive and well, and they're living in Berlin. She is cocktail waitress. He had a part in a Fassbinder film. And they sit around at night now, drinking schnapps and gin. And she says, Hansel, you're really bringing me down. And he says, Gretel, you can really be a bitch. And he says, I've wasted my life on our stupid legend when my one and only love was the wicked witch. She said, what is history? And he said, history is an angel being blown backwards into the future. He said, history is a pile of debris, and the angel wants to go back and fix things, to repair the things that have been broken. But there is a storm blowing from paradise, and the storm keeps blowing the angel backwards into the future. And this storm is called progress. Thank you very much. Happy 200.
Thank you, Michael. Yes. Yes, in some people's estimation, the cover poem is the hat poem. I don't know how that started. It's just these things get transmutated. These things get passed along like rumors. And coming up next is someone very near and dear, someone just to the door, just in the room 2 doors over. Because people ask me if it's nature or nurture that makes me this way, and I don't know. Either way, the credit, we're not accepting blame. All credit goes to our next presenter, Robin Schofield. So, Robin, when you're ready.
Thank you, Kit. Happy 200th episode. Happy Monday to everybody. I'm going to start off telling you a little sad story. I have some new-ish poems that I just typed up in August, I think it was, and put them in a collection. So I sent them out all fall. And I got a little nibble on them, and they said, send more. It's a really nice letter, so I did. So I got a form letter back, a rejection. So one of the reasons I value this form is that I can sort of get my poems out. So this one's called Equinox from Long Ago. We pick out pomegranates, the oldest of fruits. We're going to Lake Travis to swim naked past the sunset. Our goal, to be in the water as it's turning rose and gold, brighter than the faint leaves in the heart of Texas, of the scrub oaks, the evergreen live oaks and cedars, and the persimmons, but don't bite into one unripe, or your mouth will shrivel like a peach kernel. The time of peach is gone with the taste of summer. The time is here of the rose and gold pomegranates, like the one that Persephone ate, no stone at the center in a season of absence. Remember the poem you wrote of autumn equinox, how hungry you were for the fruit. Yeah, these are all from a collection I'm calling Peachtree. I mean, this is the next poem, but I'm calling it Road Work Ahead. I see that sign everywhere I go. So this one's called Peachtree in Bloom. Map is an abstraction until you walk the route. War is an abstraction until it arrives clattering in your neighborhood. Peace is an abstraction until you enter the garden with its deep shade. World is an abstraction until you take a plane to London. Bird is an abstraction until one falls out of the nest to die in your yard. Blue is an abstraction until you're on the beach and the sky is wider. Pink is an abstraction until you walk right up to the peach tree. And this one is called Crying in a Foreign Idiom. I heard a voice deceitful as a yellow wasp, so angry. I fed him to the spider bit by bit. My body became leatherweed in Big Bend. A herd of wild horses came to graze on blue grama grasses. My head was snowed in as I am winter in the desert mountains. My breasts squirt out a river of stars in early spring. What a useless answer he gave me, to kneel before a known God, the one who fell to earth, the one who was born by a woman with large breasts, solid with milk. In her cape of blue stars, our mother and his, mumbling prayers in the stable, overjoyed and desperate. I can imagine walking over shallow water to get from one country to another, carrying enough coins to cover the eyes of the dead. I can tell you how blessed I am now, how fortunate, how happy. On Dia de los Muertos, we gather marigolds and remember old stories we told ourselves on nights the embers died early. Today, my foreign voice and your foreign hands stumble over the syllables we have shared. And then this one is kind of a story about how things might have changed. It's called Broken Fate. It's got a little epigraph by Goethe. The traveler on his way breaks a wheel and is greatly annoyed by it. There was a boat, but I didn't take it. I wrote you and told you so. I would love to have seen you on the Danube, the wind in your dark curly hair. I took a train to Paris instead and got robbed. I was going to meet you in Berlin, I swear. Yet I had to stand on Yeats's grave on my birthday. Now I hear that your hair is all gone, though I don't hear much about you. So we didn't meet up on that river or any other. I heard that your mother died young. I never met her. I might have, if I had changed my plans. I remember the day we climbed Enchanted Rock and saw a deer. I couldn't bring myself to take your handsome hand into mine. It was too much. I was headstrong. No, I said, and again no, until there was nothing in my mouth but a mute emerald, dark and shining. You were no miner. Someone else had to show me the cave of my being. And now I know lots of names for water. I am full of the sounds of rivers and borders, though I am a long way from the sea in the high desert, fragrant with sweet acacia. I speak from the red stones of the mountains, and a dry river answers. Okay, and for my cover poem, I'm going to do a poem out of one of my favorite books called On the Bus with Rosa Parks by Rita Dove. And this one is about a musician, and I think she saw an interview after, or a transcript of an interview, and wrote about it. His name was Anthony Spoons Hogg. The musician talks about process. I learned the spoons from my grandfather, who was blind. Every day he'd go into the woods because that was his thing. He met all kinds of creatures, birds and squirrels, and while he was feeding them, he'd play the spoons, and after they finished, they'd stay and listen. When I go into Philly on a Saturday night, I don't need nothing but my spoons and the music, laid out on my knees. They look so quiet, but when I pick them up, I can play to anything. A dripping faucet, a tambourine, fish shining in a creek. A funny thing, when my grandfather died, every creature sang. And when the men went out to get him, they kept singing. They sung for 2 days. All the birds, all the animals. That's when I left the South. Rita Dove. Thank you very much, and please consider going to Tumbleworks from 1 to 3 on Saturdays, Mountain Standard Time. We always have a good time at Tumbleworks, and you get some work done. Okay, that's my thing.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you, Robin. Whenever you get the chance to introduce your mom in a professional setting, it's fun. I recommend it. And yes, the Tumbleworks Project, that is something I've been the director of since October of 2022. It's a very simple process. You just, the presenter gives you a prompt, and you write to that prompt, and you share it. So a lot of my best things start. So a lot of great things have started, and it's fun to see them once they start out in the world. I'll say more about that a bit later, but we are going to go international now. We are going to visit our friend, who I believe comes from the extended universe of Finn Bell, is how he found us. But he's been coming here regularly for about 2-3 months now, and it's really exciting. And we hope we fixed the audio issues from last week. I think we did, and we're gonna get to hear the guitar stylings of Squigs coming up next. Squigs, when you're ready.
Hey kid, hey everyone. Thank you for thank you for another evening. Happy 200 more. Cheers. Okay, so can you hear me all right? Yeah, cheers, kid. I'm gonna start with a cover poem. This is by Carol Ann Duffy. It's not a red rose or a satin heart. I give you an onion. It is a moon wrapped in brown paper. It promises light, like the careful undressing of love. Here, it will blind you with tears, like a lover. It will make your reflection a wobbling photo of grief. I'm trying to be truthful. It's not a cute card or a kissogram. I give you an onion. Its fierce kiss will stay on your lips, possessive and faithful as we are, for as long as we are. Take it. Its platinum loops shrink to a wedding ring, if you like. Lethal. Its scent will cling to your fingers, cling to your knife. Thank you. That was Not a Red Rose or a Satin Heart by Carol Ann Duffy. And for my next piece, I'm gonna do one of mine. It's okay. It's one moment here. Let me pull it up. This is, I suppose, on the theme of Valentine's Day coming up. Sure. I mean, you all decided to start an open mic just before Valentine's Day. Well, you definitely get a demographic showing up in attendance for such a day. Anyway, this is my piece. It's called Hollow. Tonight, our drowning is hollowing out bottles, drinking the impossible honesty that echoes there. Tonight, we are wearing neon, wearing regrets loosely, shaking off our youth as our shadows grow itchy. Tonight, the impossible chance that she takes me into her hands, the whole weight of me, all unfinished poems and the man parts I have. She says, let's see what you're made of. I make her no promises. I just give in to our mutual intoxication. There is nowhere in the world I would rather be heedlessly than in this moment, half drunk and leaving this bar, hand in hand with the girl, half drunk, leaving this bar with me. There was no traffic that night, so we drove reckless against the calm, as if to save time on foreplay. She takes me back to her place. We stumble through the door, as if breaking in. We reach her kitchen, each missing a shoe. Her hands invading my layers, unwrapping my dignity, my tongue's failing diplomacy against her mouth. She looks into my eyes, breaking what I had hidden behind there. I wonder now if she does this with all her prey. I wonder if she does this every time she prays, as she falls to her knees and defeats me for all that I am, man parts and unfinished poems. And finishing me rises heavenly faced from the crime scene of my oblivion ephemeral. At her feet I kiss her again, less for diplomacy now, more for slavery. She told me once, that's what she always hated about me, the way I would kiss her after she killed me, as though turning a secret into a promise, then I would laugh and she would not, which always made me wonder if I should apologize. I lift her in all her accentuated curvature onto the kitchen counter and free her legs from her pants as I am still shackled at the ankles by mine. I crash all that is holy of me into all that is sacred in her, and just before her breath in sips slips beyond her lips, she tells me to take this to the bed. Her knees over my shoulder, my arms under hers, I carry her in all her shifting heaviness. Her skin could make the sky jealous. Our names tattooed among the clouds, breaks, bleeds, rain. Everything hollow sings in harmony tonight. Tonight, you need not believe in heaven to inherit the ghosts which had kept us empty. Tonight, we danced horizontal, shipwrecked against our bed sheets, dying to fight the dark away, dying to wake up next to each other, what we break before morning escapes. There are shorelines we will never reach. There is a forgiveness we can't quarry. There is a weight too heavy a lifetime of nights could not swallow. Our sex was an attempt to forgive each other for being empty. We fucked each other in an attempt to forgive each other for being incomplete. Tonight, everything hollow sings in harmony as we pick up the pieces before morning breaks. Thank you. Okay. And yeah, for my next piece, I'm gonna do a cover song. Okay, let's see if this all works. I don't know if this is worth repeating, but I just learned this now. This is a song by a local one of my favorite local musicians. It goes by the name Snarky Remarkable from Winnipeg, Manitoba. This one's called Not Worth Repeating. Oh, all right. Cold fingers. Oh, my baby, can't you see what's happening here? It's obvious we've both been missing out. Our intentions have never been exactly clear. We started thinking time was running out. But the world keeps spinning, even after we are done. This world keeps spinning. Oh, my baby, the things we do because they're due. Believe me, it's the least we could have done. Our disinterest shines right on through, takes everything to not end this with a gun. We both stopped living. There were days that just weren't fun, so we both stopped living. Scroll down. And I wanted you here with me when both our hearts stopped beating. Some things aren't worth repeating, like falling into love. Falling into love. Oh, my baby, you truly are an angel now. Don't worry, love, I won't be far behind. It was destined to happen some way, somehow. We knew it was a matter of time. You're no longer with me. I can't do this on my own. You're no longer with me. And I wanted you here with me when both our hearts stopped beating. Some things aren't worth repeating, like falling into love. Guitar solo. The world keeps spinning, even after we are done. And the world keeps spinning, and I wanted you here with me when both our hearts stop beating. Some things aren't worth repeating, like falling into love. Like falling into love. Thank you. That's my time. That was not worth repeating by Snarky Remarkable. Thanks everyone.
You Squigs, thank you for introducing us to that Winnipegian artist, Snarky Remarkable. And thank you for the Carol Ann Duffy poem and your own poem as well. Great job, Squigs. And we're going to go back closer to home, back to Las Cruces. And over the years, we've developed some cutesy little sayings when people come on. And I'm very lucky that I get to host and I get to actually say it, because there's something I think, and there's only one thing that's better than a first time reader at a mic, and that's a second time reader at a mic. So we want to welcome back to our stage Sue Schnitzer. Sue,
thank you. Hi there. So I'll do what I did last week. I'll do a poem and a song. And these are both new and they probably need more work, but the only way to figure out, for me at least, what they need is to perform them, and then I can tell what I really need to tweak. So this is called Notes and a Novel. Somewhere in a file drawer or a cardboard box, there might be a file of notes about me, my worries, my stories, my attempts at accommodation, my calls for help. There might be a diagnosis, suggestions for next steps, revisiting actions taken, more suggestions, more revisiting, and then nothing. Fast forward 20 years, somewhere on a hard drive or portable drive or in a massive server, there might be files of notes about me, my past, my hopes for the future, my present. There might be test results, a diagnosis, a plan of action, results of actions taken, another plan, more results, and then nothing. As with many people, I feel like my life could be a book, a novel, a cyclical, never-ending story. The solitary protagonist begins to crawl out of her shell, gets stuck, crawls back, tries again, somehow gets out, gets kicked around, crawls back, ruminates, meditates, gets sad, gets angry, gets determined, and tries again. Turn the page. All right. So recently I was on this other writing group, and there's a prompt, what does your heart need to hear? And I thought, wow. So I wrote, my little thing about that. And then I thought, this should be a song. And I was reading what I wrote and thought it was really trite, at least to me. So I posted on Facebook, hey, give me one sentence. What does your heart need to hear? And it turns out everybody had the exact same thoughts I did. So I took my words, their words, put them together and came up with this song. It's called What Does Your Heart Need to Hear? What does your heart need to hear? What does your heart need to know? It's okay. I am here. You are not alone. a difference. My heart needs to hear kindness and compassion. My heart needs to know that you know that I love you. You know that I love you. You know I love you. My heart needs to float in a stream of love. My heart needs to hear that I am enough, that I am the only me. My heart needs to hear that I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. My heart needs to hear kindness and compassion. My heart needs to know that you know that I love you. You know that I love you. My heart needs to float in a stream of love. My heart needs to hear sweet silence before I say I love you. I love. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you very much. I'm really looking forward to hearing much more of you in the weeks and years to come. This is the start of something fun. Thanks again, Sue. All right. Well, we are going to keep the musical vibe going tonight. We're going to go to Horizon City, where Laura Lynette lives, and Laura is a wonderful guitarist. She first started coming to our little digital mic, but then she started joining us in the flesh, and it's so awesome to see her every week, and so awesome to get to share her with the world, because we're not selfish, we're nice people. And so is Laura. So Laura, when you're ready.
Oh, thank you. Giving me that unmute button. Thank you, Kit. Thank you, Richie, for doing this every week. I can't join y'all every week, but boy, it sure is a soul-filling thing when I can be here for me, because I just really love seeing all you all and hearing all the fantastic works from everybody. So thank you. Congratulations for 200. Wow. Okay, I'm going to start with a cover song because I heard this a couple weeks ago and I don't really know how to play it, but I'm going to try it anyway. It's a Joni song, of course. Rose and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feathered canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way. Now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds' illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Could have used a cable on here, maybe. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, dizzy dancing away you feel as every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at life that way, and now it's just another show. You'll leave 'em laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let 'em know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds, I've looked at life that way, but now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed, but something's lost and something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life, don't know life at all. I look at life from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life, I don't know life at all. At all. Yay, Joni. Thanks, everybody. So, I tried this new thing I've written at the Cotton Rhapsody last week. I'm going to try it again for you tonight. It's kind of heavy, trigger warnings, all that. It's come out because of everything going on in the world and how, oh, mercy. Well, you know. There's a lot going on in the world, and of course you can't write about everything in one little song. So these are some of the things that just bug the holy crap out of me and affect me deeply. And I'm going to try not to get too emotional about it. This song is called Not Invisible. It's a normal school day when loud popping breaks the air. Their bodies mow down like blades of grass, invited in for devotion. White rage reared its ugly head. one by one gunned down, murdered in mass. They are not invisible. Don't act like you can't see them. They are not invisible. Why won't you see them? They're not invisible. It's a delicate balance, a walk on eggshells to escape the black and blue dished out by the one she loved. It's a blindsided tumble when the ploy is to drug and rape. She now regrets her misplaced trust. She is not invisible. Don't act like you can't see her. She is not invisible. It won't hurt you to see her. She is not invisible. Not invisible. They deserve to be seen. Their lives had meaning. Not invisible. She deserves to be heard, even as she's screaming. I'm not invisible. It's a damn shame they sit alone for days. Their only friends are the game show hosts on TV. It's when that octogenarian is stripped of her life savings and the virtual thief gets away scot-free. She is not invisible. Don't act like you can't see her. We are not invisible. One day you will be us. We're not invisible. It's a hard, harsh journey from danger, only to be met by razors and those who would steal their children. It's shameful, a disgrace, when one in power mocks special persons like we're dirt and less than human. We are not invisible. Don't act like you can't see us. We are not invisible. One day, hopefully, you will see us. We're not invisible. Not invisible. We deserve to be seen. Our lives have meaning. We're not invisible. We deserve to be heard, even as we're screaming. We're not invisible. Not invisible. Something like that. Thank you, folks, for listening. Appreciate y'all very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lana, for everything.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. And we're going to go from El Paso to the West Coast. Someone who was made an impact the first time they ever joined us in 2020 when they saw the set of bongos behind Richie and asked for him to chime in with those. It's one way to make an impression on everyone that you're here with. So ever since then, he's been well remembered, and every time he comes back, we know we're in for a surprise. We're in for something, and so are you. Please welcome to the stage, Dane. Dane, how are you?
Oh, great. Wow. Oh, man. Laura, damn, that's heartbreaking and wonderful. And thank you, Kit, and thank you, Richie, and thanks everybody for making the room. This is called My Luna. In the cold and lonely everywhere, many travel in only their orbit, never to meet the smile of another traveler. It was Luna's lot, quotidian, time scale of eons too meager to count, residing in the realm of the exalted. You are my Luna, showing me the damage done, the crash of debris, illuminating night face, lighting, shining down on me. I'm just man, reaching up to you with my hand, wishing I could stroke your cheek, and you do not know I'm here. Lunatic is what I hear them shout. In this dream, I am inside you. I feel your soft moans. I'm climbing up you, me walk maiden. I am driven, compelled to complete the journey into my heart. I am called by you, Oku, to give up, hidden, leave it on the table, round and round, spinning, kuro, kuro at the top, on the real and hard mountain top. I rest on rocks and dirt, and I watch you travel far away from my reach. You are exalted in your sway in this private moment, deep in night silence, twinkle of the velvet vault, our love concealed, deeply shared between us down below the 36 villages, people sleeping, dreaming. Some of love as grand as this, they leave it behind on waking. They find their own way to say, okay, in a quiet and cute and sweet way, goodbye for now. Travel across the border. You are my Luna, showing me the damage done, the crash of debris, illuminating night face, lighting, shining down on me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dane. Is there anything that you want to plug in this space right now?
Yes. Mercedes and I have collaborated on a book of Tonka called Morning Tonka, and that's coming out, and we're going to have an open mic on Wednesday to read from that and just gather with people and stuff. And then I want to say tomorrow night at Tuesday night, time to arrive. The feature will be Lynn Alexander, who is a co-founder of Collapse Press. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. And I met her when I hosted the benefit for Normatics, so she comes highly recommended. Always be whenever you have a free Tuesday, go ahead and check out Dane's open mic. Time to arrive, and we are going to arrive in our little invisible plane at the Philippines. Like I said before, this is an international experience. This is an international phenomenon, and our next reader is joining us from the Philippines, and so and they have many times before, and I'm really excited for everyone to hear him once again. So everyone, please welcome Lacan to the stage. Lacan, when you're ready.
Yes, hello. Happy 200th BWOMS. It's great to actually witness 2020 to 2024 now. It's amazing. Honestly, guys, like it's incredible. It's incredible. So congratulations to Richie and to the production and to every single artist who had taken the stage and who watched also on YouTube and here on Zoom. So there, magandang tanghali. Good noon to everyone. I'm Lacan and I am from Pilipinas or the Philippines. So I have two pieces for today. One is an original poem of mine I wrote a couple of days ago, and the second one would be a cover of a song. Whoa, I'm singing. Okay, I'm not a singer, but I just sing. Okay. Anyway, I will share screen. Oh, sorry. I may have the share screen function, please, Richie. So, thank you. Awesome. Fantastic. So I cannot see it. I do not know why. It's not on my options, but it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. So I will just read. Um, the title of this poem is From Ash to Ushered. There's an assault and a push, a machination of hands to pull a sunrise out of a womb of an earth. Violence is on the first dawning. A scream's lisp on lips, sky, pointed jaw, gnawing the grappling, rambling, unbuttoning a horizon, the slit between the slots of motherhood, as a head is hauled from a flood of blood. Thud, thud, thud. A scraping god of scraps breaks a gate of two deaths with skin, pale as mortality, of a cloud full eventide, where an evening dies as a morning mourns to rise, the head of a tomorrow yanked and hoisted, raised like a coming day, where the body of the world, tainted with a tinge of crimson, turns for everyone to see. Unadulterated baby is cuddled, nursed on the naked eye of a history, lying on the arms of a man now called Father. Thank you. That poem was an allusion to the conquest of Spain to the Philippines. So, and it can mean many things also, like motherhood. So there we go. So I will go with my second piece, which is a song. It's very it's weird because like a lot of people have this thinking that when you're from the Philippines, you know how to sing. Actually, we do love singing. We do. That is why a Filipino invented the karaoke machine. And it's very rare for a Filipino house to not have their own karaoke machine. So here we go. This is a cover song from wait, who wrote this? I have to cite. It doesn't say. But it is by A Great Big World and Christina Aguilera. Say Something. But my own spin, of course. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'll be the one if you want me to. Anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I'm feeling so small. It was over my head. I know nothing at all. Oh, and I will stumble and fall. I'm still learning to love, just starting to crawl. Oh, say something, I'm giving up on you. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you. Anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I will swallow my pride. You're the one that I love. And I'm saying goodbye. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you. Anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Say something, say something, say something, say something, say something, I'm giving up on you. Maraming salamat. Thank you so much, everyone. Happy 200.
Oh, thank you.
Hi. Well, thanks as always for joining us, Lacan. Thanks for sharing, getting out of your wheelhouse. Is there anything going on that you'd like to plug right now?
Okay. Wait. I like my mind is like in a blur. Okay. Well, it will be so great if people can can pray for me. So it's gonna be out in May if I win. It's I my poem is nominated for Poem of the Year for the Pushcart Prize, 2024. So hopefully I do. If I don't, thank you also. And then also my book is officially finally, oh my gosh, after 7 years of waiting, will be out very soon. It's going to be published by PGN. Poetry Global Network is also publishing house registered in the United Kingdom. And alongside with Squigs and also another poet, Ken. So, and also, well, we're going to have an event in March, but I'll come back for it for details. But thank you so much and congratulations again for the 200.
Congratulations right back to you. And we will be, hopefully it's our prayers that push you over the line and get you that push cart. But yes, for those of you with El Paso Community College and the Tejano Passport program, there now follows an important announcement from Richie Marrufo, so pay attention.
All right. Hey, thank you for that. Thank you for that, Kit. Yeah, sorry. Pardon a really quick interruption. Everyone's been killing it so far. Thank you for coming out tonight and look forward. We have more people signed up. And if you're watching and you want to sign up, there's still a little bit of room. I'm just saying that. You can find the link to sign up in the description of this video. But for those EPCC students who are watching and want to get some credit for the Tejano Passport program, then all you have to do is just send me an email. You can just look me up in the EPCC directory by my last name, Marrufo, Richie, or it's Ricardo there. Or you can message me through the Barbed Wire Open Mic social media pages. So on Instagram or Facebook, I guess we still use Twitter, but do we really though? I don't know. But yeah, we mostly use Instagram. So if you can send us some messages there, or you can just email me at rdmarrufo@gmail.com. I'll put it in the live chat for you guys, for any students out there who are looking for that credit. And once again, that's rdmarrufo@gmail.com. And I'll let you guys know how to get that passport. But what I'm going to ask you guys to do is just pay attention to the program. Let us know what stood out to you. Who did you enjoy? Like, are there any kind of like lines or metaphors or images that stuck out to you? Just describe a little bit what you saw, just so I can know you were here with us for a little bit. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and pass things forward to back to Kit, who's doing such a great job as host. Thank you, Kit. Happy 200. Let's get back to the show.
All right, we're getting back to the show now. And it is our 200th show, and the whole archive is there. And I provided timestamps so you can skip to your favorite performer if you want to do that. And but every show was somebody's first. And so we're very pleased to welcome a new performer, even on this our 200th show. Where'd they go? Hang on. They just dropped out, it looks like. Camilla, are you still here? Where'd you go? Good grief. Okay, well, we'll pump the brakes on that. Okay, but we were going to be joined by a new reader, Camilla from Oregon. Hopefully she'll make it back. Not sure what happened there. But, live entertainment, show goes wrong, but we keep persevering. And we'll just go to the next person on our list. You heard her referenced earlier by Dane Ince, because she has co-author credit on that book of Tonkas he was referring to. So everyone, please welcome Mercedes to the stage. And she just walked away from her camera too. Oh, there she goes. Okay. Oh, I see. Here we go. Okay, when you're ready.
Okay. Thanks, Kit. I'm just going to read a few tonkas from our book. If I am your muse, sorry, let me start again. If I am your muse, my most beautiful poet, then I am content, knowing I am in your thoughts, even as you have my heart. I would be honored to be treasured and valued like a muse to you. Let me be like Erato, meaning lovely and desired. Ravishing you are, your face a feast for my eyes, nourishing my heart, your love like the staff of life, satisfying to my soul. Ravenous am I, relishing your taste. Let me touch and kiss your flesh, and if you should so desire, let me be your juicy tart. Touching your shoulder and the cool skin of your arm, sleeping silhouette, tracing the curve of your hip, I caress you as you dream. Thank you.
Okay, so just the one? Okay, sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you, Mercedes. Thank you for joining us. Still no word from Camilla. Well, we will get back to that. But we are going to go to one of our favorites here at BWOMS, someone who is a messenger of joy. And once you get the gimmick, you might say to yourself, oh boy, because this set of couplets predicts, oh, that was a bad choice. This set of couplets will portend that the next writer is someone who is everyone's friend. But you probably had enough of my imitation. because there is nobody else that is at this man's station. He he really is quite fantastic. So please welcome Ed Poetastic. Ed.
Thank you, Kit. You're such a smashing hit. And let's not forget, happy 200 episode! I'm so happy! Woohoo! Thank you, Richie, and thank you, Kit, for that we love and admire and adore you. Thank you so much. Hello, my name is Ed Potasco, feeling fantastic. Please take the time to enjoy my rhyme fossil sublime. I got 9 jokes for Valentine's Day and I got 3 poems, so I won't take too much time. All right. This is okay. First joke. What do you call 2 birds in love? Sweetheart. What did the scientists said to their Valentine? I think of you periodically. What did the gardener say to their date? I dig you. What did the mushroom say to the other mushroom? I love you very much. What did the car say to the tire? Will you be my Valentine? How did a squirrel save money for a Valentine's gift? It squirreled it away. What did the fish say to the other fish? You're a catch. What did the ghost say to his Valentine? You look so beautiful. What did the cucumber say to the pickle? You mean a great deal to me. And last but not least, how did the whale ask the other whale on a Valentine's date? Will you be mine? Thank you so much. Hope everyone will love those jokes for you folks. My first piece is Crimson Arrow. It's time my heart when I'm with you. But when we are apart, I feel it too. And no matter what I do, I feel the pain. With or without you. I remember playing a game of Joker Roulette. Oh boy, it's quite the shame. Left me a river of regret and debt. It ain't about that. This is about the lovers. I know you have with each other. I know you hit each other with bolts of thunder. But remember, accept and nurture one another. This will make your days more luckier and sunnier. Can't forget about the widowers. I know you miss him or her. Maybe feel their warmth or whispers. They want you to live and not suffer. Remember the frigid winters and warm summers. Keep them alive. You haven't lost your color. Don't start the buffer. You haven't lost your luster. Can't get about the singles. Trust me, I know love isn't easy. Sometimes too hard, too breezy. Sometimes your exes are two-faced and sleazy. Sometimes you can feel queasy and squeezy. Love yourself first, easy pea lemon squeezy. Love's not a word but an action. Love heals and gives thee satisfaction. Love is a needy and greedy transaction. Love is empathetic and sympathetic attraction. Love is a big addition, not a huge attraction. Love is soothing and calming fraction. Love is a real interaction, not a careless distraction. All right. All right, let's do this. Okay, the next one is Oh My Love. Yeah. Sorry about that. Oh my love, 1,000 kisses from you is never too much. I just don't want to stop. Oh my love, a million days in your arms is never too much. I just don't want to stop. Never too much, never too much, never too much. I love you, how deserts loves the rain. You're my glue, the coat in our pouring pain. You're my screw, the boat that keeps me sane. You're my honeydew, this fish swimming in my blue. You're my moon, the light in my pitch dark night. You're my balloon, you take me to brighter heights. You're my lagoon, you're the wind for my kite. You're my cocoon, you're the shield of my spite. You're my cartoon, you're my joyful ray of insight. How can I love you more? I can't count the ways. You fill my bloody core, you set my darkness ablaze. You are what I live for. You're the nouns of my essays. You're the gift I can't ignore. You're the sun for my days. You're everything that I adore. You're the swan in my ballet. You're everything then a chore. You are something I can't paraphrase. You are nevermore or furthermore. I can go on, but what more can I say? I'm here if you want to listen to more. And there's a little spicy piece because Squeak's poem is just lovely beyond words. This is a spicy piece, but is zesty. This is called Midnight Game. If only you knew your warming glue of taboo. The wicked thoughts make our senses halt. The games I want to play with you, my sexy baby boo. Our lips entangled, the bed on angle and mangled. Yours and mine explore each other's crimson minds. Lips locked in kisses, turning our deep buttons and switches. Bodies entwined, being combined, redefined, and aligned. Switches sheets filling in our juicy dancing heat. Bed covering sweat from our burrowing silhouettes. Drinking the creamy milk with a hint of honey and silk. Almost so sweet, never missing a beat on repeat. Dig into gaping holes, to place unknown, reaching the goals. Flaws or regrets from I forget. I was embraced, staring at your flickering face. Slowly sliding inside your crease for the sexual healing release. As I lie in your arms, I squeeze your chest, drifting off in this feisty mess. The after hours was a tsunami of rushing power. The grinding of bodies reached our silver linings. The jolting climax, at least to the max, towards a blissful heart attack. You like call my name while I feed and rub your flame. I gently blush in shame for playing our midnight game. As I think of these fantasies traveling inside of reality, my sweet scape keep me and my snake awake. Perhaps another day to make the daily gray go away. Thank you and happy 200th episode. Love you guys.
Hey, thank you, Eddie. Always great to hear you. Is there anything you want to plug real quick or just?
Sure. Oh, sure. If you want to support me, please come to this wonderful open mic that makes a Monday night so light in the wonderful, fantastic spotlight. All right, but you want to follow me? Please feel free. My Facebook is Eddie Foreman and my IG is EddieForm92. And always remember, if you send me a request, you take guest answers yes. Hope everyone stay healthy, safe, and blessed. Never stop speaking the words outside of your chest. Never stop feeling and doing and being your best. And happy Valentine's Day.
All right, Eddie, you could cheer up a blizzard. You are just so full of that good energy that we love to see. Man, well, 200 episodes. It's quite a few. They add them up, and a lot of people who have reduced their online presence, but they were very important to us in the early days. Local folks like Denise Sainz, Patty Orozco, Lee Martinez Soto, all still very important. All, in here and in here and in the archive. Next time you have a few hours to kill, just pick a date. And of course, a lot of the far-flung people who couldn't be here today. Again, going back to year one, people like Jenna Fleeson, people like Finn Bell, who brought a lot of people to us, people like Vale Larkin. They have done a lot to get people to come here and recommend us. We are, and I'm not trying to get everyone. This is just a sampling because there are hundreds of names. And even though I'm the one that watches every show twice so I can get the timestamps in, even I can't get them all off the top of my head. You understand, I hope. But let's see. Martin, did you want to read? Okay, that's a yes. Okay. Well, we're going to stick around in Washington, D.C., where we just were with Eddie. But also there is someone who's a very different experience, but just as kind and genuine a person and just as important to this mic. So please welcome Martin Parquillian, to our digital stage when you're ready.
No, thank you very much. Yeah, actually got off the phone with my partner early tonight, so I decided I'd stop on by, and 200th anniversary, I got to stop in for that. Congratulations. Oh, so I've got a couple poems here. First one is just recently turned into an elegy. I wrote it a couple years ago and just read it at this person's memorial service yesterday. This is one of my mentors in life. And this is called Cooking Lessons. At 12, I joined a 4-H club that met each week at London Grove, the Quaker meeting I call my home. Ruth Thompson taught a group of us boys how people would cook in colonial times. We sampled some candied calamus root collected from the marsh that bordered her land, made Johnny cakes and shaker gingerade, mixed garden-grown watercress with butter in her yard, invented a hybrid mixed berry slump we fondly christened London Grove slop. It's years since I've made it back to that home. But now in these pandemic days, through the magic of Zoom and the internet, I got to see Ruth on my iPhone screen, still teaching the lessons she's learned through the years at the age of 104. And she made it that far. And then for Valentine's, I thought I'd read a poem from my partner here. This is called She Rises. Whenever she says she went for a walk during our nightly call, when we talk about how we spent the previous day, it reminds me of what that means. It means she washed and powdered her feet between each toe that feels no heat, and put on socks before strapping a brace around each ankle and heel. She then would add another pair of socks to keep the braces there, then squeeze her shoes over all of these and tie the laces tight. Now slowly she rises up off the floor and carefully makes her way to the door, where stand the crutches that help her maintain her balance in the open air. And thank you very much.
Right. Thank you, Martin. Thank you for dropping in with us. And be sure to check out, how do people find the word art? Like what's behind you? How do people get those?
You can find it on parkquillian.com. I can put a link in the chat, and I also put a link in case anybody needs a last-minute Valentine's card. You can download one for free by signing up on my mailing list. I'll put a link for that too.
All right, there you go. A free gift for the cheaper among you. We know you're out there.
Congratulations, the pocketbook coming out. I see you have common interest in design there.
All right. Well, we are coming to the end of the list. Someone who's and we only end the show one way. Someone who's been here since that very first show that I talked about at the top. Someone who has been here since day one, who has been a huge supporter of everyone else in the scene, who, you know, is very, very community minded and dedicated, and we're always happy to see him around. And oh, Richie's right. Richie, excuse me. But we're not going to get the Dan the Man just yet. That was just a little bit premature of me. We're going to send it to bit disorganized. I apologize for that. I'd say it will get better, but that would be a lie. That would not be me telling the truth. But yes, a lot of those words do apply to Richie too. But he is, you know, the person behind all this, and I'm happy that I've been able to help him more and more this past few years, because for a long time he was doing this all himself, and it looked like he would be happy, and we were complacent enough to let him keep doing it all himself. But we're happy to give him support whenever we can. and we are happy that he gets to read every now and then when the pressure's off. So everyone welcome the hardest working man on the border, Richie Marrufo.
Oh man, I hadn't heard that one in a while. I forgot how that one makes me feel. Thank you, Kit. Yeah, just a few words of retrospective. You know, 2020 was a rough time, and I'm still for me artistically it was rough. I had a really hard time. I've had severe writer's block, not just for that, but like other personal reasons. So it's kind of hard, but to be able to help facilitate these things, not just online, but even open mics, like almost two or three a week. Again, up to this point, it gets tiring. So honestly, all this stuff is like not possible without the people who help, because there are definitely days where it's easy to check out and not fully be present. And with Kit starting to help hosting a lot, that pulled a lot of weight off my shoulders. So I'm forever grateful for that. Same to Fernando Antonio Montejano, who like really helped pick up a lot of the work I was doing just on my own. Like even just getting there early to set up, run cables, set up stage and mics and mic stands, all that behind the scenes stuff. Like that started to take its toll on me, and I really think that I had been living while being burnt out, and that's a tough thing to go through. And the community that's built around all this stuff, it just helped me kind of keep going, honestly. So I'm gonna read a poem that I was able to write during the pandemic, and one of the few actually. I like to call myself a writer, but I don't do it as often as I should, and that's my fault for not going to Temple Words often, like you guys should, right? But maybe that should be something I'm gonna change this year. This is called Ever Patient Skywatcher. Inspiration. I've seen you through the clouds, amongst the people and in the crowds. Last night, the stars, they sang to me, blanketed me in threads of light, in the chaos of eons and eons beyond that space of understanding, standing under, over, in, on, at, around, and within. Call me ever patient skywatcher. I have learned to assign moments under the stars as a paradigm for understanding. Illuminescent, loom in essence, taught me that inspiration doesn't just live in timelines. It holds no expiration dates, but dares to exist like a spark through the darkness, waiting to be ignited. Shh. If you listen closely, you can hear it. We're talking relevance and retrospect, hence our introspective perspectives may come to be respected as it grows in the infinite, minute by minute, like lit wick, as hens tick, like click, click, click. Tolerance to the entropy of existence has dictated. It must be. Mira, manifest this tequila into discarded coffee cups. Yes, the usefulness of a cup is in its emptiness. That is its own kind of magic. It persists, it perseveres, it runs on and on into spray paint sizzle of midnight mist. Flora y fauna, aloe vera y la verdad. Moon, magnificent, mystifies, entangles my heart in her moonbeams, greets me like an old friend. See, there's something to be said about taking moments to reflect, to quiet things down and listen to the slowing down of your very own breath, to place your hand on your chest and feel your theme music. That steady bass line pumping life force while the night breeze paints the air around you. The moon greets me like an old friend, and here I am. Aquí estoy, finger on the pulse of a moment, ear to the rhythm of this mixtape music. Wind in the air, eyes closed, the world takes a breath, and I feel the cry. The world is hurting. And I'm trying my best, and I realize that sometimes my best can be better. It is a cascade of thoughts swirling into the abyss, stretched and pulled out to the sound of be better, 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 be. The thought mimics the musicality of black holes. It repeats and repeats. It gains steam, grows momentum, claims more land, snakes throughout the cities in my head, synapses sparking, smoking, revealing that we still can't stop progress on a moving train of thought. Like tick, 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 bloom. All right. That one, I hadn't read that one in so long. I forgot what it was called. I had to like look it up. I was looking for some of the lines I remembered. Um, Another thing I wanted to share. Also, this is what in the business we call I was doing a little grandstanding here. Uh, I should have had this stuff ready, guys. I want to read a cover poem. This is one of my favorites. It's kind of about spaces, welcoming spaces, acknowledging our obstacles and persevering through it. It's called The Pragmatist's Guide to Faith. It's by Kyle Tran-Myrie, aka Guante. One of my favorites, so figured I'd read it for my cover poem. This is the art of drawing breath, of making visible what has been invisible. This is a pragmatist's guide to faith. This is singing when you don't know how to pray. Welcome to this space. Know that you are not welcome here. The universe. We are all trespassers. We are not welcome here. This universe would like nothing more than for you to not exist. And the proof is in the history you live. Tell me this. What are the odds that this planet would appear in just the right place with the right atmosphere and geology? What are the odds that life would suddenly spark in the darkness from the carcass of this planet to a colony? What are the odds that this anomaly would spread? What are the odds it would survive and stay ahead of volcanic eruptions, meteorites, and earthquakes? The first drum, first beat, first rhythm, first break, first time the notes broke to form a system. You could hear the first melody, the first multi-celled organism. What are the odds the first location to harbor life would meet another, maybe fight or maybe harmonize? But either way, it would evolve. So, what are the odds it would evolve to walk and not crawl, to fly but not fall, to survive every single mass extinction? What are the odds of your existence? How many generations did it take to make you? How many plagues, wars, and massacres conspired to uproot your family tree and salt the earth around it? How many ancestors carried your fire? How many farmers made it through the famine? How many runaway slaves got away? How many soldiers conscripted, deserted? How many times did that chain almost break? How did your great-great-grandparents meet? What was the song playing when you were conceived? Is it inconceivable the happenstance inherent in this life you have inherited? See, some see the elegant complexity of bodies or the natural beauty of this planet and say it's godly. There's got to be divine intelligence behind it all because the odds that you would make it on your own are so small. But me, I see millennia trying to murder you. I see 1,000 generations of pain and fear. I see struggle inscribed into your skeleton, and I see you still here. Ancestor armor, star-crossed survivor, an unwelcome guest in a hostile environment. Defiance is your birthright. Fire from the first time you drew breath. A smile on your face. Welcome to this space. Know that you are not welcome here. We are all trespassers. We are not welcome here. So if our drawing breath Is blasphemy sin or treason? Let us keep drawing breath until there's nothing left to breathe in. We are the codes our ancestors still speak in. All right, that's Pragmatist Guide to Faith. Thank you guys for listening. I know I don't jump here too often. I was trying to filibuster a little bit to see if Camilla can make it back. I feel a little guilty. I made that announcement and she wasn't there anymore. It might have been the Wi-Fi thing, but I'm gonna carry that guilt for a little bit. So Camilla, if you're listening, if you're out there, come back. Maybe next Monday. And if you are watching and you do want to join us, if you have poems or prose you want to share, please come on out. We welcome you. This is our 200th episode, but as Kit has said all throughout the show, we always welcome someone new every week and hope you keep coming back. All right. I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to you, Kit, so you could pass it off to Dan, so then you could pass it back to you, so you can pass it back to me. So, you know what? You get the deal. Anyway, Kit, go ahead and take it away, and let's get you back on the spotlight. Thank you.
Thank you, Richie. Man. Those Quante poems always hit when you cover them. Well, we have a certain orderly way of doing things when we close the show, because there's only really one option we have. He's been with us since the beginning. His smoke detector has been with us since the beginning. We think it's the same one. It's very persistent. They don't make batteries like they used to, I guess. But when they made him, they threw away the mold because there's only one, except no substitutes. We're calling in the old right-hander and giving it off to Dan the Man. Dan, take it away.
Yeah, how's everybody doing tonight? Yeah, I was going to wear red, but then I know Valentine's Day is this Wednesday, but tomorrow is Fat Tuesday. What can we say? We got two holidays all in 2 days. Well, tomorrow's Mardi Gras, and then the next day, we got the rose. How close? How you think I'd rather close how you think I close with the prose? That's weird. Yeah, and sorry, and hang on a sec. Okay. Anyway. Okay, but let me just first off, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe you guys 200 episode just man, after almost 4 years. Now it's been 3.5 years. You guys are approaching 4 years. When in 2 months away, you'll be 4 years anniversary. And with that, as we're celebrating National Poetry Month. Yeah. As of right now, we are celebrating Black History Month. Next month, International Women's Month, and in May, Mental Health Awareness Month. And in June, my birth month in June is Pride Month. Then we're way to October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month and Domestic Violence Awareness Month. December is World AIDS Month. Yeah. I'm trying to see if there's any other any other months or meanings. Yeah, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Okay. Well, but as for the rose, yep. Well, instead of poetry, there's prose. And yeah, we see a bunch of snows. Yeah, we need a bulldoze to slack out the snows. Yeah, one hell of a low blow, if you know what I mean. But since it's rain, we see the rainbows. What do you propose? A scarecrow would stare out the slideshows? So much to play with the dominoes, but what kind of a flow? Dang, just had a runny. I don't understand. Do I have a runny nose? Looks like it's open and close. All right. And hang on. Uh, 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 hang on. Well, since tomorrow is Mardi Gras, yeah, today is Mardi Gras, and I don't feel like watching Saw, the movie. Well, we see it's bear. Well, we see the bear claw. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Ma, but Pa, that's God versus soul. They ain't feeling the gnaw, but it ain't no flaw. But the Mardi Gras no last hurrah, but it's located in Louisiana, New Orleans, not Arkansas, not Omaha, not Utah, not Wichita, not even Panama. Yep. So in the hood. So remember, if you want to get beads, you know what I mean. All you need is the feed, but don't even think about smoking the weed. Huh. Alabama claims? No way. I thought New Orleans did. Weird. Huh. Oh well. So, so yeah. So it's just like the need for speed. Low it be. Yep. So, well, please careful on heed. Take heed, but don't smoke the weed. Yeah. All right. Well, man, I can't believe 200 alone. We had just, hang on. Own. Yeah, I can't believe it's 200 alone. Yeah, can't believe it's undone. Hold on. Own. Wait, hang on. Yep. I can't believe that we just reached a milestone. All alone. 200 alone. No wonder you start from the lone. Just one count. Yep. Well, doesn't mean the prone, but always stick with the phone. Yep. Without a lone episode. Yep, we reached a milestone. 200th episodes. Man, what a night for 200. Well, what can we say? It's still always starts with the light, but ends with the night. Yep. Yesterday, Super Bowl was kind of like a fight night. Kind of, but not that. Well, it was a crazy, and according to Kiss, it's a crazy, 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 crazy night. Yep. And according to Enrique Iglesias, don't turn out the lights. Yep. Okay. First and foremost, happy 200th episode. And yep, it's worth a milestone. For me, I'm about months away till I reach the 10-year anniversary of the Anthem Man's Weekly. But let's see if I could reach 1,000 sometime this year. Probably I might not make the mark on well. Okay, guys. First and foremost, happy Mardi Gras. Damn, I don't think you can't see squat. Okay, and now what? Okay, happy Mardi Gras tomorrow, and happy Valentine's Day on Wednesday. So, yep. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much. Happy 200th episode of Worth Milestone. And just letting you know, Dan the Man's Weekly is currently on hiatus until further notice. You can catch all of my latest episodes on Dan the Man's Weekly on YouTube. And watch the video on Instagram. I'll explain why. And I will have that episode on leap year. So never fear. Leap year is almost near. All right, guys. Thanks a lot, everybody. Happy Mardi Gras. Happy Valentine's Day. Okay,
right, Dan.
Kit. Thank you, and let's tell Richie to call it a night.
All right. Yes, you see, Dan's our secret producer. We take our cues from him. I think that we're in charge, but it's a complicated process, but we make it work. You know, our path is not for your shoes, and that's just all there is to it. But thank you again so much for joining us here tonight for this very special edition of our Stay at Home Open Mic. We will be here again next Monday, and I believe we have a live show for those of you in El Paso this Friday. We'll be at Craft Rhythm and Brews. Is that correct, Richie?
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, I can mention that right now. Also Tuesday. Wait, do we not have that? Do we not have Tuesday? Is everyone off?
Oh yeah, and there's also the Tuesday mic. That's at Rosewood, right?
Yeah.
This week is Rosewood. Okay, so I'm just sort of guessing, so I'll give the spotlight to Richie, who can tell you with authority where we'll be this week.
Oh, damn, you caught me off guard. I was texting Fernando. I'm like, hey, we have Rosewood
Sorry.
tomorrow, right? Well, no, it's because we have a text message going on about some stuff, and Fernando was like, our next show is on Friday. I'm like, that's twice I've heard it today. So I'm like, am I telling people wrong? Anyway, thank you so much, Kid, for hosting and for guiding us along, and everyone. Like I said at the beginning of the show, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going as long as we need to, as long as we're here. So we appreciate all of you guys. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. I do want to give a couple shout outs. Tony G was here with us, hanging out. Showed up a little late, but was here. Sandy, as always, for joining us. Julian Matthews was here for a little bit. We had Faith joining in as well in the chat. So I do want to give some props for all of you who are not necessarily participating, but are listening with us and just hanging out with us on a Monday night. That's really all it is. Shout out to Pamela Weaver, new subscriber. We can always use new subscribers. We're trying to get that subscriber count up, and as always, just trying to push the videos out there so more people get to view them, to listen to them, because that's the ultimate goal, right? Is just to be a platform where you guys get to share your work. The other thing, so to be kept up to date with all the stuff we have going on, you can follow us on social media if you haven't already. I mentioned we use Instagram a lot, and we also use Facebook a lot. I make a Facebook of events for everything that we do. This week we are going to be downtown at Rosewood Tuesday. Every Tuesday we're downtown, and we're either going to be at Rosewood or Mona Bar. They're right next to each other, same owners. And just the only thing that changes is the ones at Rosewood are in an ideal world. Sometimes we have to adapt and improvise, but the Rosewood are verse and harmony open mics, which is a music and poetry night. And then Mona is one of the few last bastions for comedians. We've kind of cut it out of a lot of our other shows just to help them run more smoothly, but Mona's still kind of one of the last spots. Although not too many have been making it out. So it is what it is. And that was a theme I made a little while back at our when we were trying to do writing prompts. The February prompt of 2020 was "It is what it is." And we are going to be at Craft Rhythm and Brews on Friday. That's our monthly spot. Awesome. It's a really cool spot, and the family that owns it's really nice. We love working with them. We figured since it is Valentine's Day week, Friday, we can theme it around love hangover, or if you want, a type of love symposium where we encourage you to bring any work, whether it be original or covers, whether it be music, poetry, dance, freestyle rap, that cover the topic of love, which is a wide-ranging topic, and it doesn't just have to be romantic love. There are many different types of love. So it's going to be a modern love symposium, love hangover this Friday. And thanks again to everyone who hung out with us. We'll see you next Monday. Have an excellent week. Cheers, everyone. For the online mic, my name is Rich. You can find me at Deadwall